Hey guys, let's start with chapter 2 of the book, which is 4th April 2023. Avni, what should I wear? I've been alive for over 23 years now. Let's say that till I was about 5, Mama decided the clothes I wore. Most days after school, I stayed home with my books, so till I was 16, I was mainly in my school uniform or in shorts and a t shirt. Weekends were for tennis and swimming, so I would be in a tracksuit and swimming gear. All through high school and undergrad law school, I was in the I don't care how I look, I am more than my look phase, which is hindsight wasn't the greatest stand to take because in all the group photos from college, I look like a homeless child that that my friend had adopted and sponsored. The point is, I never once cared about what I wore to any place, ever. Not once. Why? Then, since the past 1 week, had I had just one thought. What's my black chicken curry? Where's my black chicken curry kurta? There are two things you should know about my black chicken curry kurta. It's the most expensive piece of clothing I own. I gifted it to myself when I took a trip to Lucknow with Aji last year, rupees 3499 for a kurta that's worth at least 10 books, if not more. But it was totally worth every penny because nobody, I repeat, nobody looks hotter than Avni in her black chicken curry kurta. A week had passed since rude hot guy had walked into the bookstore and changed the face of every romance novel hero I had ever imagined. Every day of this past week, I would try searching for my black chicken curry kurta and failed. Today, I had decided I was going to look for it one last time and then let it go because I wasn't the girl who dressed up for hot strangers who might or might not walk into the bookstore I worked in. I wasn't the girl who spent a week hoping that said hot stranger would take time out of his obviously busy life to return. I worked in. I wasn't the girl who spent a week hoping that said hot stranger would take time out of his obviously busy life to return for the change to their purchase. And I definitely wasn't the girl who spent 25 minutes in front of the mirror unable to decide which shade of lipstick to wear. I looked one last time in the customary place hoping the black chicken curry kurta would magically appear in one of them and gave up. I reached for my oversized gun and rose tea leggings and trusted Kolhapuri sleepers, swung my tote bag over my shoulder, grabbed my water bottle, and locked the door behind me as I stepped out. Since I didn't have classes to attend that day, I would promised Ria I would stay a couple of extra hours at the bookstore while she went with Dhruv to look for which new car to buy. Lol. I got to the bookstore just in time to get a cup of coffee with Ria before she left for her date. It's not a date, Annie, she yelled over her shoulder as she walked out. And don't forget to tally the stock list. I groaned. Inventory was my least favorite part of this job. Yes, I know I'm studying to be a lawyer. Shut up. I leafed lazily through the pages of the inventory register for a few minutes until the lines and numbers blurred into nothingness. I slapped it shut and threw it inside the drawer for next week Avni to deal with, and heeled over to two giggling young girls huddled over a book in the romance aisle. It was H.D. Cartlan's latest dark romance. Needless to say, I would already read it and knew I had already read it and knew exactly what the pair was giggling about. I smiled and started talking to them about other romance books that might be a bit more suited to young readings. The girls seemed bewildered but warmed up to my suggestions after a bit. This must have gone on for about half an hour when I heard the doorbell ding. A familiar whiff of aftershave hit me. Hello, the voice called out. I ducked. Again? What the fuck? He can't even see you from where he's standing, but the girl now staring at you sure can. Is anyone at the counter? Stand back up, words. Use your word. Excuse me, is anyone? She'll be right with you, sir. I heard Martin's voice. Sorry. She's a little shy and awkward, Avni. Someone is looking for you. Fucking Martin, remind me to buy eclairs from the neighboring bakery tomorrow and tell him they were better than his. Use legs. Walk now. Sorry, I was at the back. Didn't hear you. Hi, I said, cheerily. Maybe a little too cheerily. Why were the words coming out all sequely? Hi, he was smiling. How can I help you? I am looking for a present for my niece. Oh, how sweet. How old is she? She's about to be 4, already loves book. I am worried that when she's grown up, she's going to turn into a nerd who works at bookstore or something. Wow, this man is suddenly 5% less hot. I mean, not like that's a bad thing. His face changed. He cleared his throat. Was he nervous? I forced a smile and directed him to the children's section. Let me know if you need my help. I walked back to the register. What an ass. Speaking of, no, I hadn't checked him out. Broad shoulder, sharp nose. Clean shave this time, no stubble, whatever, I don't mind. I don't mind being the nerd who works at a bookstore. That's going to be the title of my autobiography, where a certain hot man mysteriously trips and falls and breaks his perfect nose in chapter 12. It was his tone. He had said it like it was a joke, like it wasn't enough. Not good enough anyway, because you can't wear expensive suit and shoes and fancy watches to go to work at a bookstore. I took my seat at the counter, opened the drawer, and took out the inventory register. Might as well ruin my mood all the way since it was already halfway there. A few minutes later, I caught a whiff of his aftershave again. Do you like rock music? Road Hot Guy was making small talk as he stood at the counter with the books he had picked up. You don't have to make small talks to cover up the opinion you have already formed of me. I'm a nerd who works at a bookstore. There's obviously can't be more to me than just that. And that will be $14.99 total. You can add an extra picture book on my behalf. Happy birthday to your niece. That's not what I meant. You are. Is that all? I got him off mid sentence. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. He waited for me to respond. I glared at him. I just like you. Here's your change. Unless you want to walk away without collecting it this time too. Mid sentence again, boom. And I didn't stop there. I left the change on the counter and walked to the cafe. Fuck inventory, I racked within, and I am so glad I didn't waste my black chicken curry kurta on this guy. He barely even deserved the guns and roses tea. Oh, my tea, that's what. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I jumped as Martin leaned over the coffee counter and whispered conspirationally into my ears. Tell anyone what's Martin? I asked sharply. That's that you are working very hard to make sure the store makes zero sale and people never come back. Shut up. He bought book both times he walked in. I see we are tracking someone's visit. Have a little crush on the hot suited guy, do we? Nonsense. I looked around the store, but rude hot guy had left. I turned towards Martin and said, I'm just hoping he comes back so I can apologize to him for being an ass today. My, look at Avni feeling remorse for snapping. You are mean to me all the time, bitch. Takes one to know one. Rarely did Martin laugh the way he did just then. The foundation of our friendship was built on uninhabitedly roasting each other, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I spoiled him with Santatai's famous Puran Poli, and he spoiled me with the world's best croissant and cappuccinos. If I was being honest, every time baked and roasted and brewed by Martin was the best in the world. And snapping, that was my love language for my people, the people I loved. As to way I was skulking around the store wrapped in my Guns and Roses and guilt because I might not be the friendliest face in most rooms, but I generally wasn't mean to people I didn't know either, especially to customers. Now, how was I to find this guy and apologize to him? Was it that big a deal? Why did I even care?